Donald Trump is aiming to further strengthen the United States Navy with his efforts.
Absolutely no one even comes close to us, and truly no one can ever compare with us.
The President of the United States promises the largest military ship and submarine building program in history.
We will build even more magnificent and impressive ships than ever before in the entire long and remarkable history of the Navy.
The White House administration has dubbed the fleet renewal a golden era.
The United States possesses the largest navy in the world. Their main pride is their carrier strike groups, the aircraft carrier strike groups. They have 11 aircraft carriers in their fleet.
Tens of billions of dollars will be invested in reviving the legendary battleships, new warships, corvettes, and submarines.
In December, a brand new Virginia-class submarine will officially be laid down.
What ships and submarines are we talking about? What is Donald Trump preparing for, and what is the state of the naval forces of the main US rivals at sea, Russia and China? All this and more coming up in Arsenal. The US Navy is significantly ahead of its key competitors, Russia and China. But China is not standing still, striving to challenge the US in the Pacific region.
We must vigorously develop new combat forces and capabilities. Officers and soldiers must be trained to constantly create new situations in the development of the Navy in the Southern Theater Command.
Looking at China, the US president has decided on a historic renewal and modernization of the American fleet. According to preliminary plans, Washington will focus on a fleet of 280 to 300 ships, plus numerous unmanned vessels.
The Navy is the pride of the United States and the main component, both for conducting important military operations outside the United States and as an essential element of the US military political presence in virtually all regions of the globe.
With the help of the Navy, specifically Tomahawk missiles deployed on ships and dozens of fighter jets stationed on aircraft carriers, the power of the United States is felt in many regions of the world, whether it's Taiwan and the Pacific region, the Venezuelan dictator Hugo Chavez, Syria, or the Middle East. The shadow of the American acts of democracy hangs over everyone. In addition to introducing new, modern unmanned technologies, the White House has recalled the once legendary, heavily armored battleships that dominated the seas in the mid-20th century.
We are currently considering the concept of a battleship with a beautiful 6-inch steel hull, not aluminum, which melts as soon as it sees a missile coming its way. It starts melting from about 2 miles away. They don't make ships like that anymore.
The battleship construction program is estimated at $31 billion. According to Western experts, the new battleships won't resemble their predecessors like the Iowa or Missouri classes. Instead of heavy guns, the ship will be equipped with several modern missile launchers. The updated battleship will become a kind of well-protected, heavily armed arsenal ship.
I look at these ships. They sailed accompanied by destroyers, and nothing could stop them. Some might say, no, these are old technologies. I don't know. I don't think these are old technologies when you look at those guns.
Against the backdrop of the growing threat from China's unmanned fleet, the US will also focus on introducing technologies into its navy that are capable of countering these new challenges.
Basically, the recorded data from objective monitoring and accordingly the installation of a laser, the use of a laser system. We're talking about a low-power system designed to combat drones. Essentially, its function is to blind the drone sensors by directing a powerful laser beam at them. As of the current year, there is currently available information that these laser systems have already been installed on 3 destroyers, with plans to install them on 7 more US Navy destroyers.
In December, construction will begin on a new Virginia-class submarine designed for anti-submarine warfare at depth, as well as for coastal and special operations. According to Donald Trump, the United States is 25 years ahead of other countries in the field of submarines. Russia holds second place, with China rounding out the top 3.
The United States possesses the largest submarine fleet in the world. It should be noted that 70 submarines are exclusively nuclear-powered submarines. The Russian Federation has about 70 nuclear-powered submarines, while I want to emphasize again, the United States has about 70 in service with the Navy of the Russian Federation. In addition to the 17 nuclear-powered submarines, there are 33 diesel-electric ones.
One of these Russian diesel-electric submarines broke down in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Europe a few weeks ago, becoming the subject of jokes by the NATO Secretary General.
Now, essentially, there is almost no Russian military presence left in the Mediterranean Sea. There is only one broken Russian submarine, which is limping back home from its patrol.
The key problem of the Russian Navy is old age. Despite the fact that Russia rightfully holds third place in the world, with a fleet that includes strategic missile submarines, multi-purpose nuclear and diesel submarines, surface ships for operations in the oceanic and near-sea zones, naval anti-submarine and fighter aviation, ground forces and coastal and land-based units, the majority of its ships, submarines and weaponry are Soviet legacies and developments from the Cold War era with the United States. While the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet, the cruiser Moskva, is feeding the fish at the bottom of the Black Sea, the flagship of the Pacific Fleet, the Guards missile cruiser Varyag, is gradually falling apart from old age. Both Moscow's opponents and its closest allies are well aware of the deplorable state of the Russian fleet.
During joint naval exercises between the Russian Federation and China, China deployed specialized submarine rescue vessels. This once again is evidence that the Chinese side is fully aware of the condition of the Russian Federation's submarine fleet.
Ukraine has also made a significant contribution to reducing Russia's naval potential. According to the Ukrainian Navy, since the start of the full-scale war, the armed forces of Ukraine have destroyed 28 Russian ships, including the submarine Rostov-on-Don, using long-range missiles and unmanned maritime drones. Once the pride of Russia, the Black Sea Fleet has fled from the Black Sea.
Thanks to the successful actions of Ukraine's defense forces and Ukrainian intelligence, the presence of the Russian Federation in the Black Sea Basin has been reduced to a historic minimum. About 33% of the Black Sea Fleet's vessels have been destroyed by Ukraine's defense forces and Ukrainian intelligence.
In addition, the Russian Pacific Fleet is also suffering losses in clashes with the Ukrainian armed forces. Here, we're not talking about equipment, but about personnel. During the war, the Ukrainian armed forces have eliminated thousands of soldiers from the 155th Marine Brigade of the Pacific Fleet. That's all for now. Don't forget to write in the comments which types of weapons you'd like to learn more about. Like this video, and of course subscribe to our Arsenal channel. The link is in the description below the video.